What's up everybody, back with another Honkai Star Up video, and this time we're talking about should you summon for Blade. Now before we get into what he does, I do want to say that since Blade is a DPS, he's a bit easier to plan for. Pretty much if you already have some good DPSs and you're not too attached to the character, you're pretty much safe to skip. However, if you are missing DPSs, let's say you're missing like a construction character, or you really want like a better wind character, whatever it may be, Blade's not a bad option. He's definitely a cool character. I will say there is one aspect that makes him absurdly broken, at least in my eyes. I'm sure people have seen many clips of him just straight up soloing bosses. Yes, that is something he do. He can pretty much just solo whatever he wants. If you haven't built good enough, he is pretty good, but he's not needed as long as you just have a DPS on your account, you should generally be good. But let's look at how good he is, and I'll give my opinion on if you should summon for him at the very end. Personally though, I'm actually skipping him for Kafka, and that's just because I don't want to spend the money for both characters, unfortunately, and I'd rather have Kafka, so it is what it is. But let's get into it. So he is a destruction wind character. Do note that he is the first 5-star wind character that actually is based around damage, as the only other 5-star wind character is Brownia, and she is a support. So if you wanted to bring a wind DPS, you're pretty much forced to use Dan Heng, and now you can use Blade, which is very ironic considering the story. Blade is looking for Dan Heng, but regardless of that, let's get into what he does. So Blade is all about losing HP to gain more damage, which is very cool in a sense. It's very risky because you could always just lose HP and then get hit really hard and die and then GG. But he does a pretty good job at it. So his first basic attack consumes HP equal to 10%. By the way, he's just going to consume HP on basically everything, so just accept that. So he consumes HP equal up to 10%. This is all gonna be at level 1. When you boost it up, it's pretty much just going to boost the damage percentages, and it's not going to take more HP. Don't worry, it's pretty much like that for everyone that I have seen. So I'm gonna do it at its base values for you guys, so it really only goes up. Regardless of that, consumes HP 10%, Blade's max HP, and deals wind damage equal to the sum of 20% of his attack and 50% of his max HP to a single enemy. At max, it goes to 52 to 130. So this is another thing to keep in mind. You want to build him HP because he only gets 52% at max of his attack and then 130 of his HP, and it's still 20 to 50 isn't like super crazy up until you get until you get to the higher up one. At 52 to 130 is a pretty big jump. But anyway, it's on a single enemy. In addition, deal wind damage equal to the sum of 8% of Blade's attack and 2% of max HP to adjacent targets. If Blade's current HP is insignificant, it'll go to 1 when using Force of Swords. Force of Swords cannot regenerate skill points. So yes, pretty much Blade cannot kill himself, so that's always a W. Then his skill consumes HP equal to 30% of Blade's max HP to enter the Hellscape state. When it's active, skill cannot be used. His damage level is increased by 12%, and his basic attack, Shard Sword, is enhanced to Force Swords for 3 turns. If Blade's current HP is insignificant, yada yada, you'll go to 1, right? Pretty basic stuff. Pretty much just makes his basic attack a AoE. Very nice. As you can see, he is pretty skill point efficient, which is really nice. You really just have to pop a skill and then you're good to go until you need to pop a skill again, obviously. But that means that you can use him as a sub DPS. I mean, you can use him as a main DPS, but you can pretty much just be like, all right, he's on the team, pop his skill, all right, don't gotta worry about him for like a minute now, and you can focus on someone who's more skill hungry, like Jingwan. You can use him on really just any character. If your supports can, if your support has to keep going for whatever reason, or if you're using someone like Silverwolf and you need to like fish for the right element, whatever it may be, Blade is pretty nice about like skill points. Then his ultimate sets Blade's current HP to 50% of his max HP and deals wind damage to a single enemy to a sum of 24 and then 60 to his HP, and then it goes up to 48 and 120. As you can see, pretty much always a higher percentage is going to be HP, and then 6% of his total HP has lost in the current battle. At the same time, deals wind damage to adjacent targets equal to the sum of 9.6 and then 24 of his HP. Sorry, 9.6 of his attack, 24% of his HP, and then additional 24 of the total HP he has lost in the current battlefield. And then the total HP Blade has lost in the current battle is capped at 90% of his max HP. Pretty much, it's not going to go up to like, 99. Like if you have him at 1 HP, right, unfortunately caps at 90, right? So you're not going to get the cool like 99.99999%, which is unfortunate, but I mean 90 is pretty good. And then his his talent is when Blade sustains damage or consumes his HP, he gains 1 stack of charge, stacking up to 5 times. A max of 1 charge stack can be gained every time he's attacked. When charge stack reaches maximum, immediately launches a follow-up attack on all enemies, dealing wind damage equal to 22 of his attack and 55% of his max HP. At the same time, restores his HP by 25%. After follow-up attack, all charges are consumed. And then it goes for 55 attack, 137.5 is max HP, and then restores 25, so it literally just stays the same for the percentage healed. And then his technique is immediately attacks the enemy. Upon entering battle, consume 20% HP, and then deal 1 damage, right? Nothing too crazy. Now, the stacked follow-up attack charge is going to come into play later. It's pretty nice because it gives him healing. If it didn't give him healing, it'd be a little like, okay, not as cool. But the fact that it heals is pretty nice because it happens when you sustain damage or consume HP, which is literally do anything on Blade, you're getting a stack, and then him getting hit, you're getting another stack. The only issue I see overall with his kit is if he's not getting hit, you're not getting stacks. And if you have like a preservation character on the team or a healer, they're probably going to try to attack them more. Sorry about that big yawn. I stay up way too late to record this. Oh, I guess early. Sorry. Night shift goes crazy. But regardless of that, I'm pretty sure it goes destruction, abundance. No, sorry, not destruction. It goes preservation, abundance, destruction on like the taunt tier list or whatever. I'll have to pull it up, but regardless of that, if you have like a preservation on the team, they might get hit a bit more than Blade, which is unfortunate. And then his traces, which are available to everybody. So when Blade's current HP is 50% of max HP or lower, incoming healing increases by 20%. And then damage dealt by talent's follow-up attack increases by 20, which is huge. And if Blade hits a weakness broken enemy after using Force Swords, he will restore HP equal to 5% of his max HP plus 100. So pretty much just helps him with his healing because the follow-up attack does heal him. So his traces are pretty much just healing based, right? And then come his dupes. So his first dupe, Blade's ultimate deals additional damage to a single enemy target with the increased amount equal to 150 of Blade's total HP lost in the current battle. Total HP Blade has lost in the current battle is capped at 9% of his max HP, yada yada, you get the gist. Then 2 is when he's in his Hellscape state, which is after using skill, his crit rate is increased by 15%. Pretty nice. You don't have to worry, if you have that sweet spot for crit rate around like 70-ish, you're pretty much like guaranteed crit at that point. And then his 3 and 5 are obviously the funny ult, talent, skill, basic attack up. 4 is when Blade's current HP drops below 50 or lower, increases max HP by 20%. Now you're thinking, okay, cool, but I'm already at 50, right? This just means that he scales a bit better because he'll have more HP, like at maxed, so his attacks will hit harder. Pretty much it literally just makes his attacks hit harder. And then his 6th one is where it gets a little crazy. Remember how I talked about the charges and you need 5 to do a follow-up attack? Well, guess what? Maximum number of charges stacks is reduced to 4. Thinking reduced to 4. What does that do? Yeah, pretty much means every time he sustains damage or resumes his HP, note that max 1 charge stack can be gained every time he is attacked, right? Which means if you get like multi-hit, I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure if you just get hit multiple times in a turn, you're still good. Every time he consumes HP or is hit, he follows up attacks instantly, which I think is kind of crazy. It does heal him too, so in theory, as long as your heal is good enough with Blade, you will literally just be immortal at that point. Like, okay, they hit you, alright, sick, follow-up attack. I heal, alright, sick. Next attack hits me, alright, follow-up attack. Heal a little bit, right? Oh, it's my turn. Use a skill, use an attack, whatever it may be. Boom, I get hit, consume HP, yada yada. You see what I mean? Also, There's more. The damage of the follow-up attack triggered by Blade's talent additionally increases by 50% of his max HP. Okay, cool. You're already getting a boost from the number 4. I don't know, he seems pretty nasty for solo and stuff, but do note this is the 6th dupe. If you like are the biggest Blade fan, you're eating. However, he does like he's not as crazy when you don't have him at E6, so do keep that in mind. That's pretty much it for Blade. Personally, I think if you love Blade and you're gonna max him out, he's definitely gonna be worth it. I think he's probably going to be one of the more fun characters, because definitely seeing one character just solo content is always going to be pretty funny and pretty cool. However, he does lose value if you're not going to whale for him. I think that it's either go big or go home, right? I think his E1 is just not crazy enough to really warrant it. Maybe E2, I guess, is like kind of cool with crit rate, but you can just fix that with better stats, right? 4 and 6 are probably the big ones to go for. So, should you summon if you need a DPS, if you don't use Donhang for wind, if you think Blade is cool, Blade's your favorite character, go for it, right? However, if you already have 2 to 3 good DPS, right, or you're already using Donhang, or you want to save for Kafka, the funny Donhang, it's like someone in the comments will got me on how you pronounce his name. And then Fujuan, if you want to summon for them, definitely don't summon. Overall, like I said, to get the cool best value, I think you really do have to chase for the E6, unfortunately. But I'm sure he'll function just fine without any dupes at all. But you probably aren't going to be getting the funny, Twitter clips or YouTube videos of him just like soloing everything, giving it E6. Regardless of that, best of luck if you do summon. If not, right, and you're content with not summoning, more power to you. Best of luck on what you summon for. I will have Kafka summons the second the Blade banner leaves. Well, sorry, shouldn't say that. The second the Kafka banner comes up, I'll have summons. So don't forget to subscribe for that and future Honkai Star Rail content. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.